Alright, so far this is all I've done is remove the bumper cover, which is the black piece there. That's it. I haven't took off anything else. See everybody else ripping the whole front end out to remove the KO3 turbo on the N14. So far, I've successfully got almost all of the header or the exhaust manifold bolts out. Full feed shield right here on top. Making this quick video kind of documentation for myself. Upper cooling line comes around, goes straight into the bottom here. We've had cooling issues with this before. I just never cleaned it up. Got all that fixed. Got this right here. You're gonna take it off, this off. Oil feed line up top. Gets hot. Make sure you put that shield back on. And then the oil drain down here at the bottom. Okay, this is your coolant down. This is your circulation. It's gonna come in here, circle through, and go down. And then you got your oil drain right there. That is the culprit of not being able to get to that header bolt right there, as you can see. And there's one right down below it right there. If you could access both of those right there, then the turbo will come off. And guess what you don't got to do? You don't have to tear off the frame and the headlights and the bumper and the coolant and everything else going everywhere, and it just drives you crazy. So far I put another water pump on. Every time I do something pertaining to disconnecting any of the coolant lines or anything of that sort, I always change the water pump, always change the thermostat. This thing's had like 4 thermostats and like 3 or 4 water pumps. It's just something I do. They fail, they get hot. The car only has, I think, 59,000 miles on it, but it went through all kinds of crap. So got the 2-row aluminum radiator in it, the CNT turbo intake. I got a Spectra cone. I have the CNT noisemaker delete. I actually ordered this on eBay for 50 bucks. I got this on Amazon for 55 bucks. They match. AEM strut tower. I do have the Mamba KO4. It's in my house. I ain't gonna go get it. That's why I'm taking this off. I got me the Turbo Smart diverter valve. This whole system right here. Blow off valve, whatever you want to call it. I call it a diverter valve. That's whatever, because that's what the insides are. Got a new vacuum pump on top. What else did I get new on this thing? Like I said, the thermostat, all the coolant, the radiator, everything's brand new. The car does like to run on my little scan gauge. You can get for like $35, $40 on Amazon. It tells you all of everything that you would plug your OBD2 scanner up to, and it reads. Is what that little scan gauge does. It shows you your tach, it shows you your engine coolant temp, your engine oil temp, everything. It shows you all kinds of stuff on it. And my car before liked to run at 238 degrees. No alerts, no alarms, no nothing went off in my car. You usually get the yellow exclamation mark around 245, the red one around 260. That's when you want to park it. 245 gets you weary, gets you worried, makes you wonder what's wrong with the car. Like I said, 238 is the highest it ever got. I hear my high-speed fans, brand spanking new. You can look at the resistor. It looks new. All that's new. All the cooling components are new. Like I said, I never had a chance to clean that up. The turbo, I just wanted more power. We're going to have it tuned up and get the more power out of the KO4, the JCW KO4. Get it tuned. We got the 2 step coulter plugs, which I think on this is just 1 step coulter. That's the NGK Iridium 1422s. A lot of this stuff I get on these Facebook pages and these groups, and you guys just come through for me, and I just change a little here and there until it's done. What I was wanting to say about my coolant temp is it likes to run around 238. Stop that. High-speed fan kicks on at 230. It cools it all the way down to like 207. Bottom radiator hose, I could drive this car for 30 minutes straight, normal, and park it and get out and still touch the bottom radiator hose, and it's ice cold. For that, the thermostat, I've read up and done research, 180 degrees, the thermostat starts to open. Okay, this thing has so many coolant ports in it. There's coolant going all over the place, to your heater core, to here, to your turbo. It goes everywhere. That coolant's passing all through your engine. And it takes a little bit to get through the radiator, pass through it. A lot of people think the radiator's plugged and so forth. I've heard this. I've seen it. Mine's not. It's brand spanking new. You can see it in there, as I showed you in here. You can look inside the fan out there. You can look at that radiator. It's a 2-row Palmer radiator fan. Got it brand new. Just put it in. It flows perfect. Nothing wrong. Still, that bottom hose is not getting hot until this thing hits 230. When it hits 230, the high-speed fan kicks on, the bottom hose starts getting scalding hot, and that's when it's passing through and it's supposed to be doing its cooling. Fans come on, it does its thing. Something I use, other guys freak out on it. I use the Peak Blue. I got it mixed up. I always buy the concentrate, mix my own, because you can make 2 gallons for way cheaper than just buying a 50-50 pre-dilute. I started putting this in it. I want to show you guys something. I live by this stuff. I use it in everything. Right here. Run up to 30 degrees cooler. The more you put in your car, the cooler it runs. Okay, me, I go by the instructions. Not everybody does. You can see right here, directions, 1 bottle to treat 12 to 20 quart systems. Me, I put in, you're only supposed to put in 1 ounce per liter. So I put in 7 liters. I think it's 6.6 liters, but actually my 7 ounces. What happened here is with this 2-row radiator, I drained my original radiator out and barely filled that gallon jug. Now, when I drain the radiator, it's 2-row. I drain that gallon jug and another gallon. So that's more coolant for the engine, more coolant to heat up. So it keeps it a little cooler. But with this, I'm going with that 2-row radiator. I was able to get my engine temps down to 221. And it very seldom, unless I'm really getting on it, it will not go over 228 at all. Again, it makes you a little weary because if it's at 228 degrees and high-speed fan doesn't kick on to 230, fan never kicks on. Bottom hose never gets hot. Radiator never has to pass coolant through it because it won't get up to temp for it to do so. Am I worried about it? Yeah, kind of. I wish it was, when I get these fan temps and the coolant temps to change out, when I get the tune, I'm wanting everything to start opening around 180. I want everything fully open, ready to go, thermostat, because it is an electronic thermostat. On the 09, I got an R57 09 N14. I'm hoping that, well, I don't know it will. When they tune it, I don't know who I'm going to get to tune it yet. Probably some of the people you guys referred me to. But when he tunes it, I'm going to have that thing opening fully at 205. That way I never see 210. Because here in North Carolina, it likes to get up to around 100 degrees on some of these days. And, I want my car to be around for a while. These things are prone for overheating. So why not tackle everything you can on the coolant aspect of it and not have to worry about overheating temps and blowing? Because I just put a new head on it. The head's brand new. If you look in there, you can see it. The head's new. The head gasket's new. All the water components are new. The head was warped. We had it all resurfaced. Everything's perfect on this car. New clutch kit, new everything. 59,000 miles. Had all this problems. Flywheel flying apart. Clutches burnt up. The car wouldn't even move out of its spot. We had to pull it up with a cable. Head gasket was blown. Water pump was shot. Everything. The thermostat housing was actually melted inside of it. It's all melted up. It's pretty nasty. But for 50, I got the car 54,000 miles, and man, if somebody let the car go, one owner, they butched it, didn't keep up with it. The oil luckily looks good. I did put in the oil filter on it, but after I get when I get this KO3 out, I'm going to clean all this up. I don't want this whole engine to look brand new. I mean, the car is in an immaculate condition. I mean, I got the fender flares there. I got bigger tires going on it. Offset wheels, everything's going to be like perfect on this thing. But I want the engine working first before I do anything else cosmetically. It is going to be a fun little ride. It is a 6-speed manual, because you guys heard me say flywheel and clutch. Trying to cover all the bases on it, but like I said, if a car is prone to doing one thing, overhaul it. Overhaul it if you have to and make it last a lifetime so you can enjoy it. If it overheats, tackle all the coolant components. If you got leaking oil issues, buy the best. Buy silicone. Don't buy cork. You guys have a good idea of what I'm getting at, and I'm going to continue to keep taking this KO3 off and see if we can get this Mamba KO4 on there.